Live, deep in the heart of West Texas, it's the James Hendricks Show coming to you guys. I know I'm recording this in the wee hours in the morning here at the SIB. But there's some stories I want to talk about. Alright? Now, I'm going to give the ground rules. We are not going to talk about COVID. And we are not going to talk about January 6th. Okay? Neither side of the aisle should afford to talk about that right now. Because we know both sides, Democrats and Republicans, have their talking points about this. And let me ask you something. Are you willing to put up with this? Are you willing to put up with 2 more, possibly 3 more years of failed policies? Or do you want to go out there and hold your people, the people in Washington, D.C. accountable? The title of this episode is Keep Out of Fear. Okay? Listen to me. I'm saying this because it's all over the news networks and even some of the news podcasts. Oh, COVID, January 6th. And I gotta be honest with you. Because of that, there are times that I get tired of looking at the news. I'm getting aware I don't watch that much. I'm not gonna watch that much TV news anymore. At least not for a while. It's the winter months, so both sides of the aisle, news is COVID. And I just happen to know that the American people are tired of it. I remember Friday, I was doing my political podcast. And I have a friend, an assistant that comes just 3 times a week, and she said, please, none of that political jargon around me. I said, we're not covering the news of the day. Because as you know, every Friday is Fearless Faith Friday. And to be quite honest with you, I think it's time. I mean, we've been sitting there for 2 years straight debating COVID. And 1 year straight debating January 6th. Plain truth. Knock it off. Okay? Both sides, knock it off. The American people get sick of hearing about all this. I know I am one. So let's cover some other news. Here's some good news. NASA has just recently launched a new telescope from their institute in Baltimore. And they've just recently widened the lens of the telescope. Now, as a God-fearing person, I have to tell you, it's a more eye-opener for us for the universe to see what it's really like. We've had a rather obsolete view among most people in the universe. Now, my thoughts of the creation of the earth are traditional Christianity, okay? As you know, I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, but my leanings more in Christianity are a little bit more towards Baptist, if you know what I mean, regarding the creation of the world. And so that's something I stand for. Some people believe in the Big Bang. Some people believe in evolution. Well, but all creation denotes that there's a God, a creator, you hear? And so the telescope is something amazing. Let me get back to you with another piece of news here in a bit. And this ought to make a country boy sing here. This is also from One America News. Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot she just goes after the teachers' unions in a speech for closing the schools and stuff. And they're striking over, you know what, the usual. If you've heard enough news, you know, okay? So, I'm not going to go through that, but I'm going to say this, okay? Hooray for Mayor Lightfoot. At this point, because of the teachers' unions throughout the country, I'm an advocate for school choice and for parental rights. Now, I've never had kids, and I was only married briefly years ago. But I still believe in school choice because, let's face it, we have a reactive culture in our education systems. And don't tell me that we don't. I know we do. For decades and decades, we have been dumbing down our kids. And we can do better. With charter schools, private schools, resources for homeschool. Give the kids the proper education that they need. To be honest with you, almost like the education of our founding fathers. Their education was so advanced and better suited than how it is now. Now everything is crammed in and accelerated. And I have, some people say, well, Jimmy, why don't you go back to college or audit some classes? I don't know. Maybe back in the old days I might consider that. But the thing is, the curriculum from elementary school to college has been so accelerated from some time now. Accelerated. That I think it'd be best for me to learn at my own pace. You know what I mean? And so, I just want to give a good hats off to Lori Lightfoot for really talking about this. Okay? And that's why I'm trying to tell people, keep out of fear. Keep out of fear. If you have to, homeschool your kids. Homeschool your kids. Don't let the government tell you what to do and how to educate your kids. Homeschool your kids. Now, I did a paper years ago. Shoot, 18 years ago. I did a paper on the homeschool policy in Texas. And Texas is real friendly to homeschoolers. Thank goodness. Senator Johnson, the Republican senator from Wisconsin, is announcing re-election. He had only planned to serve one term. But he was so disgusted by the failed policies of the Democrats and the Biden administration that he's going to run for a second term. More power to him. I think he could really win this time and win big based on the mood of the people in this country. And of course, the other side is, we're going to pull big SC. All right. One last story. Now, Representative Carl from Alabama, he says this in one of Record News. He says that Democrats are losing their supporters, their base, because of narrative on two things: Trump and January 6th. And may I add a third? COVID. Okay, so it's a reality, okay? But do you know how many American people are tired of hearing those common threads? I know I am. It was easier, before the pandemic when we were talking about, collusion and stuff, to find ways to dismiss all this. But, guys, keep out of fear. Keep out of fear. I've had it. I've had it with all this divisiveness and hate in this country. Now, I hope you've enjoyed listening to the James Hendricks Show. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and become a part of receiving most daily updates. This is Jimi Hendrix saying until next time. Take care, be proactively informed, and please, 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 keep out of fear. Keep out of fear. Listen to me. This is the option you have to fight for the freedom of this country. Keep out of fear.